Yeah. Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm so excited to be doing the Zoom chat with you all. Today is September 18th. And for those who don't know me, hi, my name is Joanna. And tonight I'm going to be talking a little bit about a tool that I really love to use for personal development, and how personal development is one of those vital behaviors that is just so exciting and so just really imperative to developing your Beachbody business. And I also really feel that, it's kind of one of those vital behaviors that sometimes gets looked over. It's one of those ones that's kind of just like, yeah, I can, I'll read 10 pages later, or, I'll do something for myself later. And for me, and I'll share a little bit about my past experience in just a moment, it's honestly been the biggest game changer for me in this business. So just a brief history about me. So I've been a Beachbody coach for, almost 3 years now, but I've only been working the business for a little less than 2. And I had a major career change happen for me it's been 7 years ago now. I worked in corporate fashion for almost 16 years. It was a really fun job. I had a blast doing it for a little while. What really got me was the golden handcuffs of it. And after some time, for me, working in corporate America was kind of like slow suicide. And the money was great, but I just hated my job. And I was living alone in San Francisco at the time, had just gone through a major breakup. Some, really real stuff was happening in my life, and I was really depressed. I've struggled with emotional eating, bulimia, obsessive compulsive eating, really bad food triggers for probably about 20 years now. And during that time of my life, it was kind of at its apex. I was overeating. I was drinking a bottle of red wine by myself every night. I was popping sleeping pills. It was really a big time of self-medication for me. But at the time, I also found personal development. And I was reading this book by a woman, Ilyana Vazent, and I actually always mispronounce her name, so don't quote me on that one. But there was this one portion in the book that really spoke to me. And what she said in it was, say this mantra to yourself every night for 90 times per night and see how it affects your life. And the mantra was, I forgive myself for thinking I ever did anything wrong. And it was such a huge eye-opener for me, and really believing in myself and saying, I could have a life of my dreams. It doesn't matter what I've done in the past. It doesn't matter where I'm at right now. I never made any mistakes. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be at right now, right here, right today. And from that moment on, I actually ended up leaving San Francisco. I quit my job. 6 months later, I became a flight attendant. I now travel the world for a living, as well as, share the Beachbody love all over the world. So personal development, I really attribute to totally changing my life. And it's just such a phenomenal tool that we have at our fingertips to really help us live and learn and love and expand, as well as really help us in our Beachbody business. So I'd love to be able to take this time and share with you guys a tool that has just helped me tremendously in regards to personal development. I am a huge advocate about reading your 10 pages a day or listening to your 20 minutes of audio, but sometimes that's not enough. Let's be really real in this talk and saying, stuff happens for us in this business. Triggers pop up, self-doubt, or we also work with a lot of self-doubt in regards to our customers and our coaches that we work with. And being in a space of having to help hold them in this community and really hold them in a space of saying, you're okay, you're safe here, is one of the most measurable and awesome, valuable thing that we can give to our customers. It's what attracts them to us. So I'm a really big believer in the idea of community and having a place where people can belong. It's really great. So for us to be able to have a tool, and this is what we're going to talk about now, is to have a tool to be able to help us when our stuff pops up, when we have something that feels a little crappy or negative, or self-doubt pops in, or what have you. So I'm going to try and do a screen share here. Let's see. Can you guys see my Excel spreadsheet?
No.
No. Uh-oh. Let's see. just maybe share screen with computer sound, share screen only. Uh-oh. All right, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see a Excel spreadsheet?
Yes.
Okay, in the top left-hand corner it says Perceptual Shift Log.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Yes, I got really nervous for a second. Okay. So this is a tool that I was taught several years ago by a really powerful life coach who came into my world. And it's something that I use really often to help me in situations where if something pops up or if I'm not having a great day or just feeling kind of lower level, really negative Nelly about myself, it's a really great tool to be able to have just to kind of help you go from a place of feeling really crappy and really yucky to try and help you move into a place of saying, okay, I'm inspired. I can take care of this. Like, I got this. I'm going to be all right. So what this is called is it's called the Perceptual Shift Log. And it's really a log place where you are safe to verbally vomit about how you're feeling and to kind of give yourself a sounding board to attract more of what it is that you want. And it really is just like a kind of an Excel spreadsheet. And I will post this on the Team Spirit page that you can go ahead and utilize this. So if you just want to, watch what we're doing right now, that's totally fine. And it works in 5 different columns. And the columns don't go in order. I actually did put a numeric next to each column that's here. But the columns kind of work like this. So the first one is called Positive Evidence, focus on what's working. The issue, what is the story that I am telling myself? Outer solution, what if this could happen? Inner solution, what do I want to feel? And the next inspired steps. So the first column that we're going to use is the issue. What is the story that I'm telling myself? So pretty much this, and I actually did an example. So the example that I used here was the issue, what is the story that I'm telling myself, is I use one of saying, I feel fat, or I feel out of shape. I feel gross in the clothes that I'm wearing. It makes me feel bad about myself. It makes me feel like I have no confidence. And I'd rather stay at home than go out and meet people. I mean, we've all felt this in some capacity at some point in our lives. And in our Beachbody business, we definitely encounter this with our people, I'd say more often than not. So this is like the issue. This is a story that you're telling yourself. This is what's making you feel like caca. And so just, get it out there. Just make it, having it be a space where it's really getting it out on paper. So like letting yourself be able to verbally vomit on it instead of having it swirl in your head. So the next column that we use is your positive evidence column. It's the one all the way over to the left. And this is a place where you can just write down. Do you guys mind just muting? Because there's someone that's making a lot of noise in the background. You guys just mind muting? Okay, hopefully that will help. So positive evidence, focus on what's working. So putting into this column here about anything that happened in your day that made you feel awesome. I got a phone call from my best friend today and I laughed a lot. I had a really great lunch, a healthy and great lunch today, and it made me feel awesome. So just putting something down there that happened in your day that just gave you the woohoo, that just made you feel the yeah. And it doesn't have to do anything with the story that you're telling about yourself from our original first column, but just something that's like what's working in your life that you feel really good about. The next column is your outer solution. What if this could happen? So kind of using your magic wand, pulling it out of your back pocket and saying to yourself, okay, if I could wave my magic wand and anything could happen, if any magic could happen at this moment, what would that be? So what would happen if you would press play at least 5 times per week? What would happen if you would use the meal plan that I have to help me succeed? What would happen if you talk to other people and ask for their support? How would you feel if you wear your clothes and feel amazing? You totally feel confident. You go into your favorite store and you try on your normal size and it's too big. What would happen if you're totally in control of your eating habits and you love working out consistently? What would happen if you talk to other people around you and ask for their support? So the outer solution about, really saying, if you did this, think, how would this feel? And just thinking outside the box, maybe something that might feel a little bit uncomfortable to you, but something that's new, it's different, or a tool that you've known that's worked for you in the past that helps you feel better. If you can wave that magic wand, how would that feel? So then going to your next column, which is your inner solution, and that's the column where you want to start writing down some adjectives about how do you want to feel. So that inner solution, that really good juju, what do you want to activate on an inner level to make you feel a certain way? So when you think about some of the things that you did do or you could do with your outer solution, so, the feelings that if you press play, or the feelings that if you use that meal plan, how does that feel? And so some of the columns that I wrote down here is, feels amazing, powerful, sexy, strong, confident, peaceful, loving, free, feeling totally empowered, in control, set up for success, light and awesome. So as you are sitting here and writing these words down, or maybe even as you're hearing me say them, it kind of gives that excited butterfly, really cool feeling in your belly. And maybe that brings about some level of inspiration. And the final column, your next inspired steps, it doesn't have to be something that you write down at that very moment. It doesn't have to be something that, you're immediately comes to you and you're like, bam, this is it. This is what I want to do next. But this is the column about where you can start harnessing some of that really good juju about thinking about the positive evidence, thinking about if this could happen, how would that feel? What are some of the things that you could do for yourself in these situations to really start getting on that train of being able to activate what it is that you want in your life? So some of the things that I wrote down here is, I'm ready to let it go. I'm ready to let go the feelings of, I feel fat, I feel out of shape, I feel gross in the clothes that I'm wearing. Another action step, using my downtime wisely versus eating, pressing play, going for a walk, journaling, connecting with a friend. Another one was create a food journal. Every night, write down in my journal how I felt about my day, the things that I succeeded with, and the things that I can work on. And setting up my workout clothes every night so I'm ready to go in the morning. So this last column here is a place where you start kind of bringing down real tangible action steps that you can do in order to set yourself up for success and something that's different and that feels really great. So I'd love to take these next couple of minutes and just kind of do one together. Do I have any volunteers about somebody who might be willing to, share an experience or talk about something that's happened to them in their business? We can totally make it Beachbody business orientated, but share something with everybody that we can possibly walk through one together. Do I have any volunteers? Anybody? Okay, no volunteers. That's okay. So I did do another one really, I think I erased it. Anyways, but this is, a tool that you can definitely
I'll volunteer, Joanna.
Cool, who is that? I missed
Andrea.
You. Andrea, awesome. Love it. Okay, so let's.
I don't know how I'll do, but I'll try.
There is nothing wrong because we're going to do it all together. So can you guys still see my Excel spreadsheet?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start together. So tell me a story that you're telling yourself or something crappy that happened that you're not feeling so great about. And it doesn't have to be about you personally. We can also use this because one of the great things is we can also utilize this as a tool when we are working with our customers or when we're working with our coaches to kind of help hold a space for them to be able to shift from a place of feeling kind of, yucky into a place of feeling really inspired. So thanks for volunteering. Okay, let's go for it.
I'm trying to think. I guess I'll do something about Beachbody only because I feel like it's, I don't want to say it consumes me, but it's such a huge part now.
Mm-hmm.
And
Awesome.
I need all the help I can get with it. I guess my issue sometimes, and this happens I think every month, is like trying to hit Success Club, obviously because I want to help people, but it's almost like that pressure of I want to set a good example for my coaches. So it's like that added pressure, and then that feeling and like panic that, oh my God, what if I don't hit a Success Club? Or the people under me are going to look at me like I'm not a good leader, So I get that anxiety, and then I start to feel a little desperate. So I'm like trying to figure out ways to like this month promoting 21 Day Fix. It's $20 cheaper. I thought I would have gotten so much more, but so I start to the panic sets in, and then I start to get desperate, and then I start to get really frustrated, and then everything else kind of gets frustrating. Like people say they want to sign up, and then they don't get back to me, and all this stuff. So it's kind of like a big ball of frustration.
Got it. So I wrote here the pressure of hitting Success Club. What if I don't hit it, feeling desperate and stressed? Does that sound pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay. So tell me something awesome about your day. Something really great that happened that you feel grateful about.
Today?
Yeah.
I guess it would have to be, I know there was something. All right, this one's actually, it's kind of cute. My 6-year-old is in first grade now. And, he always struggles in the beginning of going to like a new grade and stuff like that. He gets very nervous, and, sometimes, like each day they get like a color. If they do well, they get green, and if they don't do so well, they may get yellow or whatever. Well, today he came home with, it's called Golden Shield, and that means he like went above and beyond.
Oh.
And that was like his first one of first grade, so we made obviously a huge deal out of it, and it made me feel so happy, and I was so proud of him because I know it's a struggle, especially in the beginning, and he was so proud of himself. So it was kind of like this big thing, and
That's awesome.
Yeah, it made us really happy. So I guess
that's perfect. So that is something that's totally working. Your 6-year-old got the Golden Shield. Like, how cool is that? You're being a great parent. You're totally inspiring your child to go out and get something awesome. And how good does that feel?
That felt really good. It felt really good.
Great. So if you could wave your magic wand and say, what if this could happen in regards to when you think about hitting Success Club? What if, you could have any hypothetical situation happen for you? If you could wave your magic wand and say, this is what would need to happen in order for me not to feel desperate or stressed, what would that look like?
Oh gosh. See, probably, I guess maybe just, I think hitting it in the beginning, like I always hear people talk about when they try to get it like in the first week of the month, and then everything else is kind of like gravy. So I feel like that might be, sorry,
that's okay.
now he's crying up. But if I could just hit my magic wand, and have, just hit it like in the first week.
Awesome.
And then I won't have that like stress. But it's also, the steps to get to that point too.
So what if you had, an invite list of 50 people that, you easily had super great communication with, and people were knocking down your door and wanting to talk to you about the 21 Day Fix, and you go to I know you're doing a booth sometime soon, and what if 100 people got on your contact list from that booth, or 200 people, so what about something like that?
That would be phenomenal. I would be so happy, because I'm so looking for, it's so out of my comfort zone to do that, but I'm so looking forward to doing that booth next month. And if that happened, I would be so excited. And, I would feel like I really, not that I haven't made progress in just, the last, since March, but, that would really, I think, push things a lot further and, more in the direction that I'm, where my goal is to be. So
that would be awesome. And people are super excited to talk to, I'm going to say you, but it would really be me. So people are super excited to talk to you about changing their lives. Contact list is amazingly overflowing. Okay, what else? Anything else that you can think of that would just like feel so awesome, like if this could happen?
Well, one of my other goals, I had a goal of I needed like a rock star coach on my right or my strong leg. And I think I got her, but we're still trying to figure that out. So that was one goal.
Okay.
Of course, my one of my other big goals is I would love to be 2-star by Christmas. And I've had that goal as soon as I hit diamond. I was like, okay, 2-star by Christmas. So if I could, get there by Christmas, that would be awesome. That would, I think, give me more confidence that I know I could, because I know I can do this, but I think when I hit milestones and goals that I've set for myself, I just feel more confident because I know I can do it, and that's proof that I can do it. So I'm more of like one of those people who I need to see proof for things to happen or for things to work. So if I see that, things are happening and I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, and how everybody says, okay, if you do all this stuff and you're consistent and this and that. So when I start to see that actually happening for me, that's obviously going to make me,
And that's actually a really good segue into our next column, which is the inner solution. How do you want to feel? So if these things happen, if you hit Success Club in the beginning of the month, if you got a huge contact list of 200 people from the booth, if people are super excited to talk to you about changing their lives and your contact list is amazingly overflowing, it could happen that you have a rock star coach on your strong leg and that you're a 2-star on Christmas. How do you want to feel? Like, how would these things make you feel?
They would make me feel very happy, very accomplished. Like I said, definitely more confident because I would know, that would be proof that I could do it. And just, moving forward in my business, it would definitely help me achieve, go on to the, kind of pave the way for my next goal, whatever that would be, I don't even know.
So maybe excited and really feeling like butterflies.
Yes.
And,
yes. Like, oh my God, like kind of like how I felt when I got diamond. I was like, it's just
that's exactly it. Like that really just like jazz and like, let's say squealing. Squealing with excitement and just like super.
And almost like, I don't want not disbelief, but like, really? Like, oh my God, it's like, wow, kind of that like,
wow.
Like, really, is this happening? Almost like you feel like you're dreaming type of feeling. Like
that, I love that. Like, pinch me.
Yes.
Is this my life?
Yes. Pinch me. Yes, absolutely.
The really cool stuff. I love that feeling. The pinch me, is this my life? That's awesome. So this next column would be, what are some of the things that you can think of that are outside of your box or an inspired step that you can do in order to help you feel these really awesome things? You're happy, you're accomplished, that pinch me, is this your life? And, we could talk about it now, or you can kind of like sit with it and maybe visit it a little bit later. But this is a place where maybe you would say, I am going to go and I'm going to work this booth, and it's something that's totally out of my comfort zone. Or maybe you keep recruiting another person for your strong legs. So these are like, and thinking about tangible ways that you would be able to do that. So is there something that comes up for you right now in regards to a next inspired action step that you can do?
Well, aside from the booth and recruiting, I mean, I think one of the things I get not nervous, but which is why I'm not like quote unquote salespersons, because I don't just like walk up to people. Like I'm not one of those people that would just walk up to somebody I didn't know and start a conversation. It's almost like I would have to feel invited in a way, like whether it's like if somebody smiles at me or pays a compliment, or usually I bring my 11-month-old with me out, grocery store or something. He's a really good conversation starter, which yesterday he was. I got stopped like several times in the grocery store. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. And I talk to all these people, but then I still like ball up a little bit. Okay. So I think it's just trying to, not feel I have to look like these are just human beings like myself. Yeah. And just, I actually did make a contact with somebody at the store. Awesome. One of the employees, because I had a Shakeology shirt on. But, I think just getting, doing things like that to get out of my comfort zone, like, starting a conversation with somebody, or, just, maybe, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so how about like finding a consistent way to feel open and vulnerable to share with others? Starting conversation with a person that smiles at me.
Yeah.
And just using this column to think of other things. Maybe you do the booth more consistently. Oh shoot, my computer is about to die. We're moving. We're having some technical issues today.
Okay.
So yeah, finding a way that you can find somebody to, oh bugger. Let's see. Oops. That you're talking to people on a really consistent basis. So this fifth column right here would be the place where you can think of real action steps and to be able to make some of those things that we've been talking about to really make it a reality.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want me?
No, what else? Is there something else you want to add there?
No, I think definitely, if I have another opportunity to do a booth like that, I think after I do one, I might feel a little bit more comfortable doing others, whether, at maybe my son's school or, somewhere I could probably find other places, that's definitely a very good way to meet people. Yeah. Because, and I guess another fear I probably should have mentioned in the very beginning, sometimes, and I know, probably everybody feels this way, but that little fear in the back of your head, like, what if I run out of potential people? Like, like go through my list. And it's like, what if I run out? Or it's like slim pickings at the beginning of the month. I'm like, crap, do I even have anybody interested? So it's, always having to, kind of go out there and, no matter how many friends and acquaintances I have on Facebook or in real life and everything, it's always good to go out and meet other people that I don't even know exist yet. Exactly. And that obviously opens doors. Exactly. So that's something I need to like work on, because that's, again, something I'm not that I'm not social, but it's just, it's a little, I guess, intimidating for me sometimes.
Sure. And so this could be a really great place to start, using the perceptual shift log to really say to yourself, okay, if I, here is my story that I'm telling myself, right? My issue, my stuff, I want to get out there and meet new people, or I'm having a hard time meeting new people, or, this is my hang up about meeting new people. I feel like they kind of have to smile at me to open the door. Then maybe you use that as a space about being like, I smiled at so-and-so and that opened a door instead. And, using that log to kind of bring yourself into a place of saying to yourself, I smile at someone every day instead of waiting for them to smile at me, and say, that's the gateway of opening the dialogue, of opening conversation.
I like that. That's actually a really good idea, to smile and not wait for somebody else to do it. Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah, why not? It's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, if that doesn't happen, that's okay. You tried. there are limitless amounts of tools that you can utilize in order to try and find something that does work for you.
Definitely, definitely.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. I'm really grateful.
Oh, no problem. And that helped me too. So thank you for that.
Of course. Does anybody else have any questions or have any comments about the perceptual shift log, or how it could possibly benefit you, or, you know, maybe walking your customers or one of your coaches through it? Anybody? Okay, well, that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you so much for your time. I'm really grateful. And I'll see you guys soon.
You said you're going to post that on the team
I will
page?
post this this chart on the team page in the file section.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Have
Joanna.
a good night.
Thank you. Good night.